Let's review the new patch notes real quick. So there's an update for Battlegrounds, so finally some balance changes after a week since the buddy patch went live, and also the Lunar New Year is being announced, so we're gonna take a look at that together. And at the end I have a fun quick little surprise for you that hopefully you will enjoy. So stick around for that. Let's look at the Lunar Year first. Turns out there's nothing for Battlegrounds. It's mainly just standard stuff, free packs, quests, and skins. Maybe some Battleground skins. Yeah, a bundle of new Battlegrounds hero skins, a new Battlegrounds bartender. That's exciting. Now for patch 22.2.1, so the very first balance change. I'm very happy to see that we are getting patches rather quickly, because this was a massive update and it's only been a week and they're already willing to make changes. While previously sometimes that could take a bit longer. Let's see what they decided to fix. Because this is a hotfix change, the change will not show up correctly while hovering over the minions in the shop on the hero select screen or when hovering over the buddy meter. This will be corrected in a future update. Okay, that's interesting. So visuals might be off is what I grasped from this. So the changes will go through, but if you hover over something and it still has the old visuals, that will be fixed. First thing is the Millificent buddy, the bomb, which was very toxic, is now at tier 4, which is good. You get it later now, so it takes a little bit longer for them to spike. You gotta actually play the game, and also the golden version is way later. A tier 4 golden buddy is pretty hard to get, which is good because, you know, the golden bomb, just once they hit it, they were almost unstoppable. Then they have a Baron, a Kangor, so I'm happy to see this change. One thing though is that Millificent will still be pretty toxic, even though the buddy is now delayed and later and harder to get. I think it forces a very one-dimensional playstyle. It was very fun to see at first, to theory craft and to play, but I think it will get really stale after a couple days still. And I think you will still not like facing this hero because it's very simple. They just spam max on the board and that's it. Whenever you play it, again, the first couple games will be fun, but after that you're just rolling, buying most max you see, leveling, finding Kangor, Baron. It's always the same, and if you don't roll your pieces, you're weaker. If you do hit your pieces, you can be like insanely strong. And then it's just, is your opponent big enough, or does your opponent have Zap? Yes and no, do you win the game? So it's gonna make Millificent a little bit worse, not S tier anymore, but the play style, obviously they can't completely redesign the card and how it works, which I understand, but still I think the card will be seen as a little bit of an issue. Now minion changes. tarecgosa was a heavily requested one. I think everyone in my comments and everywhere in stream, they were just talking about nerfing this card because it fits too well into any comp. Like you can make it work with Brukan, with Savjz, obviously it's nuts, and then there's also the trickster stuff, which becomes way more popular. tarecgosa was everywhere, so being a tier 4 card, the stats stay the same and the effect stays the same, so it keeps the card in the game, which is good because I think it's an interesting effect. You can build cool comps around it, and it's, you know, harder to get to, so like Savjz won't spike as early, and there's less in the pool, so people are competing for it. But same deal as with the previous nerf, it will still have the same effect. Like you will still see a Savjz with this card, maybe rather early, maybe a little bit later, but they will still have a massive goal in tarecgosa that just scales up freely. All of the things that are annoying are still annoying, but will just be like less consistent or seen less in your games. It's now a more niche card. Like previously you would just buy this on tier 3, it just fits on your board, you can still sell out of it or pivot into it if you find promo. But now it's a card that you only buy if you specifically want it, because the stat line compared to other 4-drops or the effect is just way worse. So we'll see how this is going to evolve. I think you'll see less tareggosas on normal boards, on menageries for example, but you will still see the heroes that can abuse this card. And Drakonid Enforcer, I have no clue why this card has changed. I guess it sees like no play whatsoever, but it's now a tier 3 2/4, so it just moves down a tavern and the stats are a little bit worse, but the effect stays the same. I don't know, I guess they want this card to be picked more. Is it just more tempo into the meta, as if we didn't have enough tempo already on earlier tiers? This is another spike that you can hit. It's kind of a stealth buff to George. Now if George is on tier 3, this card is crazy good to pick up early, obviously, because if you shield it, it's massive, and I don't think George needed that, so George just becomes even better than he already is. But yeah, I think not too many people will still pick this dragon unless you have like a couple divine shields, you need the tempo level, and then you sell it off. It's not a card that usually stays on your board or is permanent, and that's it. I'm happy that they're making changes. I think they're overall good changes. Like these cards had to be changed, or at least these two. I don't think Drakonid had to be changed, but there is a lot of imbalances still that need to be fixed. Fix the bug where Arthas would sometimes summon reborn minions instead of properly resurrecting 1/2 minions when combined with Khadgar. That was a bug where, yeah, Arthas just resummoned stuff with reborn sometimes with Khadgar. Fix the bug where certain buddies on-play voice lines would not play in certain circumstances. That is very niche, and those are the bug fixes. There are some visual bugs that I've seen back that I've complained about in the past, like the outline around cards still expands for some reason. I would have loved to see more changes. There's a lot of heroes that are still too broken. broken, a lot of heroes that are pretty bad, like Pyramid basically sees no play. Like I wouldn't mind them buffing stuff like that. Now it is a server-side hotfix, so maybe if we get like an actual big update in a couple weeks, we don't know when, there's gonna be a bigger overhaul. They just felt like they really had to touch these, so that is good. Now I said I had a surprise at the end of the video, and that is gonna explain why I'm not insanely happy with some heroes not being nerfed or buffed. And Illidan is a big issue, and that's the secret. I'll show you a little clip that I worked on that hopefully is gonna illustrate why I think this hero probably needs some nerf. It's a little bit too toxic. Enjoy, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you do enjoy this kind of content, and let's watch why we need maybe a couple more nerfs. Alright, okay, it's a Barav game, easy clap. Alright, let's get like Nomi. Okay, we won. Yeah, Barav is nuts. If you just win your bets, I've won every single bet, right? The first bet we tied, but yeah, he's gonna level again. And button. Nice. There's no way we lose with this board, right?
You're pushing your luck, friend.
Ooh, my god. There's actually no way we can lose with this. Dude, this is fucking insane. Yeah, Barav is a bit strong. I still have like 6 gold left in hand to see which slinger. Let's hold this first. What? Yo! My brain! No, I can lose to this. I can definitely lose to this. I didn't get poison. Dude, I get 8th place! Illidan, this is toxic as f. I have nothing to do there.